how's it going, guys? JP here. Welcome back to my entire DVD and Blu-ray collection. This is kind of the updated version for 2014. I did one of these series a while back, but my collection has grown so much since then, so I decided to, do an updated version. And with that said, this is part number 6. So let's continue where we left off. And first up is The Dentist. This film we covered on an old episode of The Burial Grounds, and it's a really solid 90s horror. It has a very weird tone to it. The character is very weird, kind of I don't know, almost like a depressing vibe to it, but very, very interesting, highly entertaining. I do recommend The Dentist. It's kind of underseen. It came out in that weird time in the 90s when there wasn't a whole lot of good horror coming out, and I don't even know if this was theatrical or not, if it was direct-to-video, but it's definitely pretty good. There's actually a sequel that I've been wanting to check out, but I've never picked it up. And then we have The Descent, which a lot of people love this film. I just really like it. I didn't really love it like everybody else. I was really hyped when it came out. I thought it was very good, but it was nowhere near on the level as like some people thought it was. But definitely very claustrophobic. Very interesting story. Interesting group of characters, and it's definitely has some creepy moments too. Then we have Stephen King's Desperation. This was absolutely horrible. I was really disappointed with this one. I barely could even focus while watching it. My mind just kept drifting. I think it was a TV movie, and it had Mick Garris involved, and of course Stephen King. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell happened, but it just didn't reach me in any way. After that, we have Devil, which of course is a M. Night Shyamalan movie. I actually really like this one, and I'm not a huge fan of that guy. I don't know if he just wrote this one or directed it or what, but I actually really liked it. A group of people stuck in an elevator with the devil. It's pretty solid. I like films that are set in a singular location, and this one was a lot of fun. Then we have a film called The Devil's Chair, which I actually thought was pretty bad. It feels like it's trying to be like Hellraiser, but it's just not very good at being Hellraiser. So I do not recommend The Devil's Chair. It's not a very good one. After that, we have Disturbia, which I actually really like this one. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Shia LaBeouf. I don't really know how to say his name, but this is like Rear Window / like Fright Night, I guess. So yeah, this one is definitely pretty cool. I think it's PG-13, but it definitely is a nice little thriller. A lot of fun. I like it a lot. After that, we have Dogs, and I guess this DVD is like kind of out of print now. I got this for like $3 like 2 years ago at like Walmart.com, and terrible cover. I actually didn't love this movie. I know a lot of people liked it a lot. I believe it might even been one of Moods' pick of the week on the podcast, but I just thought it was okay. Of course, practical effects. It was in the 70s, but I don't know. I just didn't love it. Then we have Dog Soldiers, which is definitely one of my favorite werewolf films. Hands down, just a very good werewolf film. One of the best. And Scream Factory is putting out a Blu-ray of this eventually. I know it got pushed back because of some rights issues, but it's a very solid one, and I'll definitely be looking forward to that Blu-ray release. After that, we have another Stephen King film, and it is Dreamcatcher. This one I used to like a lot when it came out. Don't really like it so much anymore. It has its moments, but overall, in the big picture, it kind of just falls short of what you expect in a Stephen King film. So yeah, Dreamcatcher. Then we have a Tobe Hooper film, and that is Eaten Alive. Eaten Alive is, I don't know, it's good, but I don't love it for some reason. It definitely has some cool atmosphere, some crazy moments. Definitely, the atmosphere is really thick, and you know what? I actually do really like this one. The sets are cool. The guy is just absolutely crazy. Has a lot of mood to it. It's a pretty solid one. I definitely recommend Eaten Alive. It's no Texas Chainsaw, but it's definitely one of Tobe Hooper's cooler films. Then we have Eden Lake, which is another Dimension Extreme. This was only $3, and this film is very fucking good, man. I really like this one, like really liked it. It is a great movie. It's not really predictable, and I didn't really. I thought that the way it was written was done really well. Stuff happened that I wasn't expecting. Just overall, this is a really good movie. I really liked Eden Lake. Then we have a Anthony Perkins film, and that is Edge of Sanity. This is kind of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde tale. And Jack the Ripper. So it's like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and Jack the Ripper. This one was really good too. Anthony Perkins, delivers a great performance, kind of an interesting plot and setup, and overall, kind of depressing, but it is a good one. Then we have The Entity, which we covered on the 22 shots, and this movie is fantastic. The Entity is a very, very good movie. It's very powerful. That's what I think of when I think of this movie, is just the powerful tone of this film, and it's definitely really brutal and very it's just very brutal. It definitely makes you feel a lot of uncomfort. Yeah, man, The Entity is very, very good. Kind of shocking. Then we have The Evil Dead, of course. This is the classic Cabin in the Woods film. Not comedic at all, at least to me. Some people say it is, but this is a horror film to me. Yeah, The Evil Dead, I've liked it a little less over the years, but it's still kind of one of those go-to that I watch every now and then. Same thing goes with the sequel, and that's Evil Dead 2. Definitely more comedic, but there's some really, really good moments in this film. This is a lot of people's favorite horror film, or this one has a pretty big following. A lot of people love Evil Dead 2. I love it. I just don't love, Evil Dead 2 is definitely a solid one. Then we have Army of Darkness, of course, which is rounds out the trilogy. Army of Darkness is definitely a film that kind of I lost touch with a bit over the years. I loved this one as a kid, and as an adult, I really don't watch it as much as I used to. I don't know, some of the slapstickiness, I just don't feel it like I used to. It just doesn't work for me anymore, but still a pretty good movie. Then we have Inhuman Resources, which is a Fangoria Presents film. This is the best out of the 5. The other ones are not very good. This one is pretty cool though. A small group of people in a small location, forced to do different tasks and things. Definitely my kind of setup, and I definitely enjoyed this one. Then we have Axed, which isn't very good at all. It's not the worst in the Fangoria Presents line, but it's definitely not the best. Then we have Sin Reaper, which is pretty damn awful. This one, This one wasn't good. Cool killer, cool weapon, cool look, just terrible movie. Just not a good one at all. And then we have the second best one in the Fangoria Presents line, and that is Germs or Germsy. Either way, it's a zombie film. I actually kind of like this one. It was pretty good. And then we have the last in the 5 films, and that is The Entity, which is the worst one. It is a terrible found footage film, just nothing. This is, I can't even believe they put this out, because it really is a terrible movie. Yeah, I mean, the other ones I could kind of see like the thought behind it, but this one is just, it's a ripoff is what it is, and you know, Fangoria should be ashamed of themselves. So that about wraps it up for this part, guys. I'll see you guys in part number 7. Peace out.